Okay, so darling, riding.
All right.
Riding.
Okay, should we define riding? Riding the dragon. So, riding the dragon is the movement that's made when you connect with the dragon energy, when it flows through you, when it moves through you, when you do shit with it. And
well, when you engage the dragon and as the energy moves through you, it moves the body involuntarily. So it feels like you're literally riding a wave of energy as that energy bubbles up and clears. So if you're clearing or working or whatever the fuck on, blah, blah, your intention, so to speak. So once the intention's intended and that energy starts bubbling up, sometimes also you can get really intense feelings that later on, or depending on how far you are into the Spielberg movie, being able to, interpret it on the go.
Yeah.
You can get some insights into what's clearing, as well as, your experience in it, etc. So when we say we're going for a ride, what we say is we're going to engage that energy and experience. And so when we talk about in my ride today, that's what we're talking about. Yes, it is a form of meditation, but it's a meditation that engages this dragon energy. Now, some people have tried to initiate themselves into the dragon unsuccessfully. Some people have taken instruction from others who have not an understanding or an ability to transmit that energy. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I can only vouch for what we do. I can only vouch for the people that I've taken it through to know that it's working, that they're doing it.
Yeah, of course.
But
it's also a lineage thing as well. Like the dragon energy.
Yeah. The ability to be able to do it. Sorry, it's my magic butter machine. The ability to be able to ignite it in another, yes, it is. It definitely is. But it's more just to define riding. That's what riding is.
In dropping in, really.
I mean, back to that thing of what is riding. Or whenever, people come, they don't all do light codes or consciousness warrior training. Some of them just have a private session. And in that private session, we usually open up that pineal, get that fucking thing sorted and get you into essence. So you actually can start this shit. As far as like riding this dragon energy, that really is something that we do through light codes, because there's a lot of responsibility on my behalf that goes with it. It's not just there it goes, I'm monitoring you. I'm making sure that all the booby traps don't come online, that you don't fucking shoot yourself.
A whole lot of work.
Well, because what ends up happening is it's such a high, as you know, when it first ignites, when it first happens. You get all excited, you're offering it, but you must build that essence connection. Because if you have that essence connection, you can be grounded in what's really happening. So you don't get confused with mind fuckery. You don't get confused with what's going on. You can really hold yourself. So I get that it's ready to rock and roll and ride. And like, I want to, spread my
arms. Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, spread them, but keep building that essence connection. You can't. It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
And ultimately, like, essence connection's where it's at. It really is.
That's a bumper sticker. Essence connection's where it's at.
I know, it's very cliche, but it is. That's the thing. It is. It's like, it's the building blocks of everything. It's like from that point, everything can blossom, everything can move. If you don't have that, again, you're not anchored properly, and it's a necessity if you're going to be doing this kind of work, any kind of work.
Look, we give instructions. We've got, practical techniques and demonstrations, blah, blah, blah. But if you need help, we're here. Jesus, yeah, we don't disappoint. We give you all killer, no filler, baby.
I like to think so.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you know, I suppose why I'm saying it is because when I talk about writing or something, or when someone else is saying those words, I honour the experience that they're having because I know exactly what they're having. That I know the energy's moving through them and I know how profound that is. So it's kind of like when I hear the word ride from someone who hasn't had the training, I'm interested to know if they are in fact riding because, you know, how did that happen? I'd like to know from my own research. So I'm not sort of like, you know, it can't be so. But what we're talking about and what we're doing, it's like, you know, if you want in, you want in. That's it. Do it.
Yeah. And are we talking about the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like people make a lot of assumptions and it's like, well, are we actually...
That's why we bother to
do we
define
define
every
the same
fucking
thing?
5 minutes what we're talking about.
Yeah. So we're all on the same page, basically. Yeah. But it's also like understanding that when you do use that word, there's a gravity behind it as well. Excuse me, but it's oh my God.
Working for you.
Yeah. I'll start that again. But there is a gravity behind those words because you have an experience behind it. You have there are things behind it that other people will get, you know, and it's not just used flippantly like, oh, I love you, but it's like,
I love you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It's like
Yeah.
it returns the sacred and potency to the word and the experience. It's like if every dick and their dog would stop being a shaman for 5 minutes, then perhaps the shaman could regain what the truth of a shaman is. And the respect could be handed to them again. Just my pet peeve. Anyway.